Too Many Rides here. You're in the Too Many Rides garage, and it's another tire change video. I'll show you that. And it's still going to end up being a long video. You know what they're like. We'll start with the front tire. I'm putting on the same kind of tire as was on there before. It's the xr600r. That's a trials type tread, but it's a legal tire. It's not a competition trials tire. And I just like the tread. I think that it's versatile depending on what air you've got in it, and long wearing and inexpensive. Yeah, we're doing tires today. I've got two, front and rear. We're also going to put in brand new brake pads. So it's a little more than just the tire. So once again, it's an IRC tire. It says WO24. I imagine this tire was manufactured in 24. It's a 321 51P. Trials, it says. Trials on it. Maximum load 430. They want you to put 33 pounds of pressure in it, cold. It's a 4-ply rating on the tire. If you measure the tread depth on a brand new tire, you're looking at 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. Here we've got the front tire, previous tire. It has seen 3 rear tires since it was installed. It's got a bit of cupping, but it's been through 3 tires, and I don't have the mileage for you, but tread depth on here looks to be less than 1/8 of an inch. But it's just time for a new tire. We got a new season coming up, the last seasons of my riding career. I don't know how many more there's going to be. May as well ride with excellent new tires on here. My last ride, I had a lot of fun slipping around on some wet dirt roads. It's fun, but I just soon have traction. So we'll go with this brand new tire here. Not only that, but we're putting brakes on. And here we've got some EBC brakes, made in the USA, 924. I get a sticker. High performance off-road brake pads. Not only that, but we're going to install a different rim lock. But they come with these. You can put this piece on your rim, and it helps to level out on that beveled round spot where you're going to bolt down. And then you use this to bolt down, which I think is pretty cool. And that's because it keeps all your threads good and clean. So that's it. Tires, new rim lock, brakes. Hey, but you might ask, what kind of tube are you going to use? Well, we're going to use the double tough. This is an extra thick tube. You can just feel how thick it is. It's like 5 millimeters thick. We'll be putting that in there. Once again, I like the IRC tire for this bike, and we're going to use it. So let's get that tire up in the air, all right? Pull that front wheel out of there, will you? So let's just loosen these up. You don't even have to take those off. You just loosen them. You can take it off, especially if you're having any kind of trouble in your travels as you're trying to put it back in. But this is a good shot here for you to see that I do not have a speedometer drive on the Warp 9 wheel. They don't accommodate it. I've got the Trailtech Voyager. Just need to loosen these up to where they're not binding on the axle anymore. Okay, so there you go. We're ready to do tire work. We'll take care of that next. Now we've come to the tire changing part of your program. We've got to let the air out of the tire, and they have a tire tool for that. There's probably many out there. However, I've found it to be kind of arduous. It's a little small and short, and it just is uncomfortable. I do this. I get one of your metal. This actually is an original OEM Honda with a little rubber cap off it, and then I go ahead and screw a bolt into it. This works much better for just plain unscrewing and screwing. Okay, so not only do we have to remove the nut from the valve stem, but also the wheel lock. This is a Warp 9 wheel, as you can see, and they have, you know, most wheels you find are going to have the wheel lock directly across from it, but this one happens to be 4 bays over. So it gets quite heavy over on this side, and that's why I have these amount of weights on here in order to balance that out. Okay, air's out of it. Let's see if we can break the bead. Oh yeah, there you go. That's ready to go. We're gonna have to have tire tools. Tire tools. Got a variety here. I won't be needing that many. But we also need some paste. Need to get a hold of some paste here. I've got Extra Seal Euro paste. It's a mounting compound. So here's the Euro paste mounting compound. You know, when they change your tire at the shop, but I don't like to use any water when I'm doing my tire, like soapy water, because then you've got the rust situation. Okay, that should be enough there. But let's go ahead and get the other side. The whole thing about changing your tire is to get the bead of the tire down into the roll of the rim so that you have the shortest distance to have to span with the bead as you're trying to pull it over the rim. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. I don't need to elaborate on that. So you got to get the tube out of there next. This is just a normal tube. It was brand new when I last put it in there. However, it just didn't seem to be able to handle staying full pressure. It would always go down to 20 pounds or so, but it would never really go flat. I couldn't seem to keep it up to pressure. So yeah, I wonder about the rim lock. I mean, look at this. How's that? That doesn't have much to it. That's an awfully slim little thing. I guess it's just about right though. And they're expecting you to use this? So these rims aren't new anymore. I can see quite a few nicks in them from over the years. These are from approximately 2010, so they've been through a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna have to deal with this wheel lock, this new kind of wheel lock I got, and they don't give you any instructions, but deducing from the fact that they have double sticky tape there, I'm assuming that sticks to the rim. And we just want to put a nut on there now to make sure that we hold this from falling through. I forgot to tell you guys, we got a new rim strip here that's gonna go on. 21 inch. It's made in China. I've never used this brand before. It seems pretty limp, kind of loose. It's for a 21 inch. Then there's the new tire. And I only want to do up one side. Now these tires don't give you any kind of dot to go by as far as balancing goes. Okay, there you go. We've got the tire on. It's got the wheel lock. The rim lock is up inside the tire. We can even inspect that at this point, because now I got to put the tube in. there's another thing I can do to make this easier, because I've got this tire bead in the way here of doing this right. Now here's where we need some more of that tire lube. It's Euro Paste by Extra Seal, and it's a tire mounting compound. And this is where you really need it, where the tire has to slip over the bead. You want to start out here making sure you got the rim lock properly set. Getting that valve stem to straighten out. Okay, that's pretty good there. Air it up and let the air back out again, just to seat everything properly. Alright, 60 pounds. And we'll look all the way around to make sure that this indicator line is properly spaced. That way we know that it's fully seated. It looks equal all the way around. So let's try reseating that again. £31. That'll be fine. Okay, now we got to deal with the rim lock. So there you go. There's the new tire. Now we're gonna need to try to balance it out. Okay, so if we're going to balance the tire, we're gonna need some kind of tire stand. They'd like to have you level it out, and I've had to do that. There's easily adjustable feet on the bottom side. And so here we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna stand here and like I know what I'm doing. But I know they want you to mount this. They want you to mount this on there. It looks like I could be a little more centered. They want you to make sure you're holding these cones in on there tight. And I think these are to keep you from rolling off one side or the other. Okay. So balancing is supposed to be real easy and it doesn't take long and all of that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's find out where the heavy spot's at. We'll put the rim lock at so this rim lock weighs less than the previous one, and it looks like I had 4 1/4 ounces over there, so we have to take some of that off. Okay, let's see how that is now. So this is where I had it before as far as positioning to start out. It looks to still be heavy on the weight side. Okay, well obviously it's now showing that the rim lock itself is a big heavy thing. And of course we have the inner tube valve stem right here in the same place. So here's our heavy spot right here. Okay, well, it's weird, but it seems like I need to put another, I need to go back to 3 ounces. No matter where I put it now, it shouldn't fall to some other spot. It wants 3 ounces directly across from the space between the valve stem and the rim lock. I'm going to call that good, and we can go ahead and lock these down. Alright, so that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, we still, before we can put this tire on, now we got to change brake pads out. It's new brake pads needed. Let's take a look and see what I'm going to have to do on this I would say it's time for brake pads, no doubt. Okay, so this brake thing shouldn't be too tough. Yeah, see, one side just goes up in there. I'm gonna have to push the puck. I better take a look up in there. Yeah, so I'm a little bit wondering about this clip, and it looks fine. And I guess you get some wear on this one here too, but it looks fine. Okay, now the pucks. I gotta make room for big old beefy pads. And when I do that, I'm going to be forcing fluid up here into the front master cylinder. So I need to get a look inside of here and be prepared for that overflowing scenario. Pretty low on fluid, so I don't have to worry too much just yet. But I'm gonna be pumping fluid up in here. So I think we want to extract some fluid out of there. Gave me quite a bit of room, and it went fairly easily. I think that's as far as they could go. Yeah, that brought some more fluid up, not a whole lot. With a fully prepared front wheel, we're ready to go back in. New brakes. Okay, that should do it. Now to deal with that brake fluid, I need some .4 brake fluid. Okay, now we have good brake. Now, we have a new front tire on there. Now we have one. We've got new brakes. So that's all pretty good. We can let her down. Well, yeah, you can let it down, but weren't you gonna do the rear tire too? Yeah, that's a much better tire than the one I took off. There's more tread. This was still usable, but it went through 3 back tires. I mean, come on, what more do you want?